Israel was living in deep fear because the Midianites continually invaded their land. Every harvest season the Midianites would sweep through the country like locusts, destroying crops, stealing livestock, and leaving the people starving. In desperation, the Israelites cried out to God for deliverance. During this time, a young man named Gideon was secretly threshing wheat in a winepress to hide it from the Midianites. Suddenly, the angel of the Lord appeared and called him, "Mighty warrior." Gideon was confused and doubtful, because he saw himself as the weakest member of the weakest family. Yet God told him he would deliver Israel from the Midianites. To confirm the message, Gideon prepared an offering, and fire miraculously consumed it. God then commanded him to destroy the altar of Baal in his father's house and build an altar to the Lord. That night Gideon obeyed and tore down the idol. When the townspeople discovered it the next morning, they were angry, but Gideon was protected. Soon the Midianite armies gathered again to invade Israel. Gideon called the Israelites to fight, gathering 32,000 men. Still unsure, he asked God for a sign using a fleece of wool. God answered him twice, first making the fleece wet with dew while the ground was dry, and then making the ground wet while the fleece stayed dry. Gideon finally trusted that God would give victory. However, God told Gideon that the army was too large. If they won with so many soldiers, Israel might think the victory came from their own strength. So most of the men were sent home until only 300 soldiers remained. Before the battle, Gideon secretly approached the enemy camp and overheard a Midianite soldier describing a dream predicting their defeat. Encouraged by this sign, Gideon prepared his men with an unusual strategy. Each soldier carried a trumpet, a clay jar, and a torch hidden inside the jar. At midnight, the 300 men surrounded the enemy camp. Suddenly they blew their trumpets, smashed the jars, and lifted their torches while shouting, "A sword for the Lord and for Gideon." The sudden noise and light threw the Midianite army into complete panic. In the confusion, the Midianite soldiers turned against each other and fled. With only 300 men, Gideon defeated the massive army. The victory showed that Israel was saved not by numbers or human strength, but by faith in the power of God.